This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Loveland, Colorado. I'm here with LASH and Laser Med Spa. Since 2020, they have been providing the latest in non-surgical cosmetic procedures to keep you looking and feeling as beautiful as ever. I'm joined here with Eastyn, who is the owner, founder, recently named as a marquee Who's Who. Thanks so much for joining us here.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Let's start off a little bit about yourself. You were formerly educated at the University of Northern Colorado, as well as the College of International Aesthetics. You were born and raised right here in Loveland. For over a decade, you have served the public as a retreat director in the massage industry. Mm-hmm. But in 2020, your true calling as a medical esthetician was found. Growing up, you were no stranger to the flagship service of most spas of that day, which is the facial. But this foundation would really launch a much more complex approach to beauty for you. Share with us how this passion for beautifying others began for you.
Yeah, so it began back in 2019, I believe.
Okay.
Is when I started school, because I'd been doing, this directing of spas and stuff.
Yes.
And I'm like, I want to be behind the scenes. I want to really be helping people instead. So I took that route. I did the medical route, everything, became a phlebotomist as well. And then I'm like, I'm ready to open up my own place. And it was during the pandemic, and I'm like, there's no better time to do it than a pandemic. You either survive or you don't at all, right?
Yep.
So I took the courageous move to actually go out and do that and pursue it. And even though I was scared, I was like, I'm either going to make it or I'm not. And I ended up doing it.
And here we are today. So you made it, I'll tell you that. I mean, really, in 2020, it was either sink or swim, and that's what it boiled down to. I mean, your focus on quality and patient education continues to drive your company.
Yes.
So let's start off with educating my viewers out there. What is a med spa for people who don't know?
So it's basically in between like a dermatologist and like you go to a fluff and buff facial, like a routine facial, right? So they're not getting you much there, but they're washing your face and doing everything they need to do once a month, right? At the dermatologist, they're doing a little bit more with invasive surgery, stuff like that, or getting surgeries done, like plastic surgery. We're the middleman. We come in, we help, and we can skin tighten, we can get rid of acne, we can do chemical peels, we can do really anything that is non-invasive, but
kind of the middleman right there of both those, the best of both worlds.
But has that surgical effects, but those outcomes.
So some of these are really medical procedures that are normally performed in a doctor's office, maybe. How important is maintaining a clean, clinical environment and a friendly environment for your folks?
That is my top priority. Is always safety and friendliness. They're family to me. Every person that walks in, they instantly become family because that's the way I built my business. So I want to make sure that everyone is invited and included and becomes that family-oriented feel.
Family, warm and friendly, yet very clinical when you look around. Everything's cleaned up.
Exactly.
I mean, these are cosmetic procedures, but they do not require surgery. So these are non-invasive options, really, for us to look our best. Is that non-invasive part, is that important for a lot of people?
Absolutely, especially the downtime with it, because, downtime with surgeries and everything you have to go through, it's painful and you're down for weeks to months. And with these non-invasive procedures, you're not having that downtime. You're maybe down for about a couple of days, but you only have a little scabbing on your face, so you can still go out in the public.
Easy for people who are busy, and we're all busy, right?
Yeah, but you get the same exact effects, but it's natural now. It's not surgical. So all your collagen is growing back.
And nobody likes pain. Nobody likes recovering from pain.
Exactly.
So that's huge.
Mm-hmm. So I specialize in that.
Let's touch on a few of these services. I mean, recently a news article was released about you and the plasma pen technology.
Yes,
explain how this skin tightening is achieved using that tool.
Yeah, so basically it's plasma energy. I don't know, from like a neon sign, you'd say, or like those globes that you put your fingers on when you're a kid, and they kind of static electricity would come to your fingers. So it's basically the same thing as that, and it never actually touches your skin. So it kind of sparks right when it's in the ozone layer of your skin. So the gases that come radiate out of your skin is actually what ignites it. So I just kind of dot and place it as I need to, and it kind of turns into white dots, and it's waking up your fibroblast cells that are in your epidermis, and then that's when the collagen really starts to get working, and it's like, oh, hey, we need to produce all this collagen because our skin is kind of injured, even though it's a fake trauma wound. So it's just faking your brain out, and it just produces all of this collagen. Like breast lifts, you can do facelifts with it, every kind of skin tightening. It is
We're talking about a very precise technology then, and just right above the skin. I mean, this is state-of-the-art anti-aging technology for our skin, from pills to exfoliating masks to plasma lift, rejuvenation.
Yes.
I mean, it is earlier better than later when it comes to us taking a proactive approach to our skin.
Earlier, always, because we start losing collagen when we hit 20. So we're losing collagen about 1% every single year from our 20s. So that's a
early.
lot, yes. And 90% of aging actually comes from the sun alone.
Okay.
And people don't realize that. So in 30 years, when that sun damage actually comes out, they're like, whoa, I've aged. So starting early on skincare is absolutely essential.
Obviously, we live here in Colorado, even more so. We're close to the sun.
Yeah,
and it's dry out there.
So it's even worse here.
Be it adding fillers for lips or removing unwanted hair, how important is really getting to know your client's needs so they can not only look better, but also really feel better about themselves?
That is the most important thing to me, is actually getting to know them, because sometimes they don't need that filler, right?
Okay.
They're already beautiful in that area, and like, I wouldn't recommend this because I don't see a purpose for it on you. But if you're wanting bigger lips, yes, that's fine.
Yeah.
I would definitely do bigger lips for you. But if it's someone, like wanting something else on their face, it's like that I wouldn't recommend. Like, hey, you're already beautiful, let's try something else. Something more natural, because I don't want to steer them wrong and give them something that they don't need.
They don't need. Maybe before they walked in, they thought they needed it.
Exactly.
You, as a professional and being a friend, are sharing that knowledge with them, and you can direct them in a different direction. That is great.
Absolutely, and that's what I try to do. Give them other options.
The use of low-power lasers for aesthetics has been around really since the 60s, and they continue to advance.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how are some issues like acne, sunspots, and even vein removal reduced with lasers?
Quite significantly. So I'm using that machine all day, every day, and doing vein treatments, sunspots, like from sun damage that doesn't come out for 30 years after you've seen the sun, which is crazy, right? Doing stuff like that. The laser hair removal is very, very popular. I think that's probably the most popular one, is the laser hair removal, because people just don't want to shave anymore. So especially unwanted hair, in places that they don't want, like, women with, hormones, and they get, some on their chin. So I just like to help people, and especially when they, they're crying afterwards because they're so happy. That's like what I love to feel. I'm like, I want to cry with you. Like, that makes me excited,
That is very cool.
So,
I mean, you continue adding more to your menu of services. Does this ensure that you can provide a customized skincare program for each individual? I mean, this really isn't a one-size-fits-all.
Yes, that is 100% it. A lot of people, have different skin types, so I can't use certain things on certain people, and some things I can use and whatnot. So that's why I have such a versatile amount of
wide variety.
Yes, a wide variety of things and options that I can do here, is because of I want to be able to treat every single person that walks in and not have to turn them away or turn them down.
Interesting. Obviously, a service that is in your name requires us mentioning LASH. Why was it important for that to be in the name, and where'd that come from?
So LA is for Loveland Aesthetics.
Yes.
Lash, I'm trying to take out a little bit, because I was going to be doing lashes.
Yes.
Because I was great at them. I love doing them, and I my eyes got bad. I started getting back problems. I'm getting older, so I'm like, I can't do this anymore. So I do a little bit of lash stuff, like lash tinting, lash lifts, things like that. But my whole thing isn't lashes. So
it really shows where you came from, though, kind of at the beginning.
Exactly.
And you now have ventured out.
Expanded
Yes.
into different areas where I really wanted to really help people, not just do cosmetic things, to make you look good. No, I want to help.
Help people across the board. So like you say, you have this menu that provides many options for people. It's very customized.
Yes.
I mean, Eastyn, what began even during a pandemic has grown. This passion for the beauty industry began at an early age, really learning from your mother.
Yep.
Your clients are loyal and they become your friends. Like you said, they become your family. As they agree, it's like going to therapy, but cheaper.
Yes.
You really are making a difference out there for folks by really building confidence. Is this rewarding work for you?
It is so rewarding every single day. I feel like I'm not even working. Sometimes I forget to even, make them pay. I'm like, they're like, I have to pay you now. I'm like, oh, I thought we were just talking,
Right.
And I'm like, oh, all right. But it's just rewarding every single day because my clients are just my friends at the end of the day too, and just everyone. It's like a big happy family, and it's like I love coming in to work and just doing my thing and making changes in everyone's lives.
That is excellent.
In a beneficial way.
And not only those tears you see are tears of joy, they're happy when they leave. That's got to make you feel good.
It makes me feel so good.
Excellent. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, you're going to see all the service she provides. I mean, it's many more than we've mentioned here. Read the reviews online and schedule an appointment for yourself. Or you can also buy a gift certificate for someone you love, which is great to give, especially during the holidays. You can find out more about their specials if you follow them there on Facebook as well. Once again, that is LA Lash and Laser Med Spa, keeping you looking and feeling as beautiful as ever. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.